Hi, my name is Sophia Greenblatt, and today we'll be discussing Intro to Percents. Let's get started. Here are today's objectives. Fact summary. In this lesson, students will gain a better understanding of what percentages are and learn how to do basic problems. Students will learn a simple method to help them solve these problems, and students will be provided with a link for more enrichment problems. The age group for this video is 5th grade, and the skills that students will gain include learning to perform basic percent problems and a simple structure to do these problems. Here are some translations and lingo that will be helpful. Let's start by translating the word percent. Percent is derived from the Latin term percentum, which means by the hundred. So when you see the term percent, think x divided by 100. Now it's time for some more important math lingo. When you see the word of, think multiply, and when you see the word is or are, think equal. If you are a little bit confused about this now, don't worry, because we will be doing some example problems where you'll be able to utilize this lesson. Also, when you are doing the problems, think of this equation. Is over of equals x divided by 100. Again, if you're not really sure what this means right now, don't worry. When you look at the example problems, hopefully this will be put into perspective. Let's take a closer look at percents. Here are some examples. For example, 5% is 5 divided by 100, which is 0.05 in decimal form. Let's look at another one. 50% is 50 divided by 100, which is 0.5. Now let's take it a step further and convert percents to fractions. 20% is 20 divided by 100, which is 0.2, which is also 1/5. Why? Because 20 divided by 100 can be simplified to 1/5. 20 goes into 20 once, and 20 goes into 100 5 times. That's why it can be simplified to that fraction. Here's another example. 80% is 80 divided by 100, which is 0.8 or 4/5 in fraction form. Why? Because 80 divided by 100 can be simplified to 4/5. Let's explore numbers that are greater than 100. For instance, 140% is 140 divided by 100, and if you divide that, you will get 1.4. Or 200% is 200 divided by 100, which is 2. That is like doubling something. Here's another example. 300% is 300 divided by 100, which is 3, and that is like when you triple something. Now let's do some example problems. For the first problem, we will be doing it in 2 ways, and you can see which way is easier for you. Here's the problem. What percent of 8 is 9? Now, remember in the beginning of the video when we were looking at some math lingo, and we said that the word of means to multiply and the word is means equal? I want you to keep this in mind when we do this problem. 8x divided by 100 equals 9. Now, there's a little note next to the 8x. We say 8x because of means multiply, and we are figuring out the percent of 8. That is why we say 8x. We say 8x divided by 100 because it's the percent of 8. And in the beginning, we said that when you see the word percent, think x divided by 100. We say equals 9 because it says in the problem is 9. And again, that key word is. That means equal. Now, if you do the math, you get 0.08x equals 9 because 8 divided by 100 is 0.08. Now isolate x to get 9 divided by 0.08 equals x, and you will get that x is 112.5%. Great job. Now let's do the problem another way. The problem is on the top of the screen. Now I want you to think of the is over of equals x over 100 equation. Let's plug in the numbers. 9 over 8 equals x over 100. Let's look at why these numbers are placed where they are. 9 is placed on the numerator of the left-hand side of the equation because the problem says is 9. And again, the equation that we want to base this off of is the equation is over of equals x over 100. So that is on the numerator of the left-hand side of the equation. 8 is in the denominator of the left-hand side of the equation because that is where the word of, the number for the word of, is supposed to be. And again, the problem says what percent of 8 is 9. We say x divided by 100 because we are trying to figure out what that percent is. If you cross multiply, you will get 900 equals 8x. 900 divided by 8 equals x, and x is 112.5%. It's a good thing that we got the same answer for the both ways that we did the problem, or else we did something wrong. So awesome job. Now it's time for the next problem. 17% of 360 is. This problem is worded a little bit differently, and we will see how this problem is different when we set the equation up. For this problem, I want you to think of this equation. Is over of equals x over 100. Let's plug in the numbers. X over 360 equals 17 over 100. You may ask, why do we have an x over there? That is because the question is asking you, what is the is? It wants to know the numerator of the left-hand side of the equation. That is what is unknown. So we have the variable x plugged in there. The problem says of 360. So 360 goes in that denominator. And again, percent is x divided by 100. So that's why 17% is 17 divided by 100. Cross multiply to get 100x equals 6,120. Isolate x, and you will ultimately get that x equals 61.2. Terrific. For more problems, please visit this website. Thank you to these resources for allowing me to do these videos. For more information about me, please read this paragraph. Awesome job today. You learned a lot. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.